Drones are more frequently known as unmanned aerial vehicles. Essentially, a drone is a flying robot. To you, what is a drone?
Drone, I would just say like a robot. That's how I view it too. Yeah, just something that's not human, operated by humans though.
Have you ever owned a drone or used one before? Why or why not?
Uh, I've had like remote control cars and helicopters, but other than that, no, not necessarily.
What do you think the proper use of a drone should be?
I think military use is pretty efficient. I like military use. It definitely helps not having a loss if a drone is destroyed rather than it being, manned. So I think it's good use for military is good.
How do you think this technology has changed our society?
Kind of back to the whole military thing. I think it definitely makes it so we're not, losing soldiers. I guess, it just takes the loss down, I guess. But other than that, get some pretty cool pictures.
Do you feel they should be allowed for everyday use?
In some cases, yeah. I think that, the drones like on cameras and stuff, such like on campus, I feel like people shouldn't just be able to fly them around because it's, privacy issues. But other than that, they're pretty harmless as long as, they're not weaponized. But if you're just flying something around, it doesn't seem too dangerous or anything. So I'd say yeah.
How do you feel that they can be flown anywhere to get footage and photos?
Back to the whole privacy thing. I think that it can be both beneficial and an intrusion of privacy. I think, for military use, it's definitely nice to have a drone with a camera on it so you can see ahead without having to be in it. But as for privacy, yeah, you don't necessarily want something flying around videotaping you.
Sometimes drones are used for negative reasons. What do you believe some positive uses of a drone could be?
Well, back to military use, I think that if it's not manned, I think it's pretty beneficial, especially in military use, because you fly in dangerous areas, and if you can see what's ahead of you without having to actually be there, that's pretty beneficial, I think.
Do you think drones must be registered, or should the owner have the freedom to do what they wish? Why?
I think that I guess depending on how free or how open they are, if anyone can have them and anyone can use them anywhere, I think that they should be registered because, depends on whether or not they have a camera or something, just because with the whole privacy thing, I think if one were to be caught, it'd be nice to know who it belonged to so they could get in trouble, but, you want to know who's. Other than that, I don't think there's a need for, if there's no camera or anything, you don't really necessarily need a registration, but, I guess for that sake, yeah.
Recently, the Army has started using them to help in combat. Do you think this is a good use of this technology? Why or why not?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, having an unmanned vehicle or drone is way better than, putting our soldiers out there. So, if there's no loss other than, some money, then I think it's definitely worth it.
Sometimes drones have even led to fatality. Because of this, do you believe they should be considered a weapon and need a license to own one, or should it still be considered a recreational device?
I guess it depends on what type of drone it is. I feel like if it's a weaponized drone, obviously registration and stuff would be necessary, but if it's, just something to fly around, I guess it's not, for fun, because there's definitely different kinds of drones, but I think if weaponized, if there's a danger to it, then yeah, I'd say that it needs to be registration.
Since drones can fly openly around, our skies are no longer clear and they obstruct from nature. How do you feel about this?
Just like anything else, humans adapt. So I guess that's just one of those things. It's just a cost that's just going to naturally occur for humans. That's just how it's going to be. There was a point where no buildings were around, but they have to be built. So I guess it's just another advancement. So I guess it's okay.
Since drones are technology, they have the capability to be hacked and taken over. Since they are used for military use, and this could happen, do you think it's smart to continue using them, even if the opposer can take them over and use them against us?
Well, if you think about that, I mean, a soldier can be killed and somebody can come up and pick up their gun and boom, they're armed. So I guess in the same case, I mean, if they're definitely, if they're protected, I know that, hackers can hack, but people can go against that too. I mean, it's always possible, but it's just as possible as a soldier being killed and his gun being picked up by someone else and that turning on him. It's just a matter of how you use your weapon, I'd say. So, I mean, I think it's okay when it comes to hack, because it's just like any other thing that can be taken over. It's just the cost, I guess, the gamble.
Do you think people should be required to take classes on how to use them and fix technical issues?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what they're using it for. If it's just for a simple, just for fun, I guess maybe not necessarily, but definitely for military use, definitely for use it. I mean, because they're starting to use it for like photography now, for movies and stuff like that. So I guess in that case, yeah, definitely there should be some training for it.
Should there be restricted time frames for drone use?
Time frames as in like whether or not they can use them at night, like stuff like that, or as in like how long at one point you can use it?
I think it's referring to like time of day.
I mean, I guess it depends on what limitations they already have on it. If it's limited by, like, if you can just use it whenever, then yeah, I think it's okay. And if anyone can use it, I think, yeah, it's fine. But if there's already limits on it, then I guess, yeah, you should have some type of when they can't use it. So yeah, I'd say so.
All right. Thank you for participating. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
No.